Hi, friends. Welcome to Monday. Los Piedras Railroad in Yuma, Arizona. Chuck Geiger coming at you. So yesterday I decided to lay down this 5-inch by about 36-inch piece of masonite as what I call a front backdrop, because the wall is the backdrop, and what we really needed to do was hide the back track or the runaround track. So what this looks like it does is this main line disappears. And I wanted to change it up from how we did it down here. And a different perspective with that rock cut at Las Piedras Canyon. So the only issue we're going to have right here, and this isn't going to be that hard to deal with because maybe it is, because it looks like that's going to match on that 5.5 or 5-inch by 36-inch piece of masonite. Now, what's really interesting with that is I drew a line, made a little bit of a cut with the razor knife, the Stanley, and then I took a soldering iron. I took the Weller soldering iron and dug a trench and just popped that in for about 1 inch. Now, yesterday, my Woodland Scenics foam cutter, hot wire foam cutter, the wire broke, which happens, and I didn't have a reserve. Well, to tell you the truth, I think I lost the reserve, so I had to order one. It'll be here tomorrow. Thank you, Amazon. So what I'm doing is I'm going at it with this, the carving tools. It actually looks better going at it with the carving tools sometimes than that flat kind of cut you get with the hot wire foam cutter. So this is also going to get filled in with Sculptamold. And when you come in with the Sculptamold, sometimes you cover up the foam too much, like I did there. But that's not bad. And this is just the patching plaster or the DAP over the carved foam. And that, I think, is Sculptamold or either plaster. All right, friends, we're working on the landscape here. We're going to fill in some gaps.
The railroad traverses the Rocky Mountains through a high basin known as Middle Park. Here you will find the headwaters of the Colorado River. Transitioning from August to October, a touch of snow from recent storms highlights the mountains, and the countryside is clothed with the golden hue.
We're just going to really try to fill in some gaps with the DAP. We are using the Drydex DAP joint compound. All right, so I decided to go ahead and fill in all the gaps. I might see how up front that looks just painted. I've never just painted the styrofoam before. I've always had a layer of DAP or a Sculptamold or plaster between the carved foam and the paint. But we're digging in there. Then the best effect is the wire brush after this sets up a little more. But right now I'm just going to dig at it with a sculpting knife. So I use the small X-Acto blade. That is the work knife right there. That actually is a Harbor Freight one that I got, or a Hobby Lobby one that I got like for $1.99 that I use for work around the layout. So I've come in with the smaller cuts. We had the bigger cuts that we used with the owl, and then also with the spacklinger putty knife. And then we're going to take the wire brush to that when that sets up. It'll give us this effect. All right, so I did decide right here at the bottom, God, we're always changing our mind. Model railroading, we're always changing something. I decided to come in with some pavement black, some granite gray, and some khaki apple barrel paint, and paint just the foam.